Hello and welcome to another episode of the Anime's Dad and Dudes podcast. We really are happy to have you here, and it is a beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, wherever you are in the world. And as always, with me, my good man, the guy that, if he was an animal, would be a dolphin covered in lightning. His name is Bjorvio. Welcome, Sue.
What's up, y'all? And no, I'm not trying to steal Thick Thunder's thunder because if the thunder's thick, you can't steal the thick thunder, okay? I took inspiration
Hmm.
from the thick thunder with my dolphin. But you all know that there's no out thicking the thick thunder.
He's not. He's not. But we're very happy to be here. And for those of you who haven't yet, share this with a friend who loves anime, and I'm sure it'll be something you guys can talk about while you're waiting for another solo leveling episode. We got an exciting episode today. We're talking about talk show hosts and what anime character, top three anime characters, would make a really good daytime, nighttime, evening time talk show host. While we do our improv questions, maybe think of some talk show hosts or anime characters that could be talk show hosts and see if we say them. Because me and Bjorvio, we got a similar mindset. We're probably going to have the same list. We always finish each other's.
Steak.
Yeah, especially when it's to like 500 grams. But let's get into our improv questions. Bjorvio, you can ask me two, and then I'll ask you two, and we can wear a tutu.
All right, let's do it. All right, so you get a subscription for Hulu. You click it, you turn it on. There's an anime you haven't seen before. You click it, you start watching it. There's an ad for an anime that you've seen before. What hair color is the anime character in the ad that you clicked that you had to watch?
Rainbow, because Trolls is my favorite anime, and Rainbow. Every time I ask my children what their favorite color is, they say rainbow. So it's definitely a color, I think. Um, off topic. Why is the sky blue?
Uh, uh, Light reflecting off of the atmosphere.
Wrong. It's because I'm sorry. It's because Super Saiyan God is fighting up there. So I'm trying to think of. But yes, that's the
Makes a lot of
second.
sense.
That's the scientific answer. Okay, what's your second improv question for me?
I'm glad you brought up scientific because my next one actually has to do with some scientific things. You make the scientific discovery of a decade. That's right. You figured out how to steal dumplings from any anime. Nothing else, just dumplings. It's the only way that it works, okay? And so, as you are sharing this scientific discovery with the world, you get your chopsticks, you yoink a dumpling, which creates so much anger in an anime character that they rip open the dimension and come into our world and become the new overlord. What do you serve them for breakfast after they rule the world? And who now rules the world?
It is ramen, and it's definitely Naruto. I think most anime characters have an obsession with food, but it would be instant ramen. He's not used to instant ramen. In his town, there's only that ramen that's like perfectly cooked and takes a long time in a pot and 6, 7, 8 hours for the broth. But instant ramen's something different. It hits different.
It does. And according to Weiss, it's probably just as good.
Probably is. All right, my first improv question for you.
But not
Um,
your last.
Not my last. Let's pretend. Uh, let's pretend you were a manga artist and you have to spit out anime and manga on a weekly basis. Um, but your producers keep saying to you, you need to keep going. You feel like it needs to end. The manga itself needs to end, but the producers are saying, no, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going, week. They're trying to suck all their creativity from you to get money, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, Now, you're enjoying the high life as well. You're enjoying the money that you're getting from it, and you're enjoying the popularity, and it is popular. Would you stick with your integrity and end the manga, or would you continue going to please your fans and your producers and your money?
Well, you see, that's a very hard question because I feel like there are some great animes and mangas that have kept going because, there have been like someone's asked them to keep going. And then there's others that have held their ground and stopped. Um, so I don't really know if there's a right or wrong answer to that. For me personally, I'm very story driven. I really like a good story, and if I feel the story needs to end, then I feel like I would probably end it for the sake of the characters and everything like that. Because my fear is if I keep prolonging the story for no apparent reason, it's gonna the characters are gonna start not feeling like themselves. The plot's gonna drag on, and worst of all, my shareholders are gonna run out of popcorn unless I stop. So there you go.
Good choice. There was a right answer to that. And that was stuff them all and move into the woods with a raccoon. But you got the second right answer, so well done.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I do like raccoons. I
Final
would
quick.
name him. I would name him George.
I can see. I'd see that movie. Um, all right. Let's pretend you are a person lacking purpose in their life.
Okay.
You're struggling quite a bit with what direction to go into, and you ask your friend who watches anime, what anime should I watch to gain purpose back in my life, to gain a direction? What would you recommend to them? What's the top
Death
three?
Note.
They're driven people. They are driven people.
They are driven people, not for the right thing. So by that logic, I'm going to go with Death Note, Attack on Titan,
Oh my word.
and um, Oshinoko.
Yes. So it's going to be a psychotic idol.
Yeah. Because what other purpose do you need in life than committing mass genocide as an idol
And
while
music.
singing and dancing?
Yeah, it's actually a good idea. I'd watch that.
Like imagine Godzilla running through Tokyo singing. Like who wouldn't want to watch that?
Oh my goodness, that's my dream. Um, okay, well, let's talk into that's great improv questions. I liked it. Let's talk about the host of a talk show. Now, talk shows aren't something we get tremendously here in New Zealand. We don't have many talk show hosts. Obviously, it's an we got there's a lot of American talk show hosts that are quite good. I love
Mm.
Conan O'Brien. Stephen Colbert's there. Jerry
Jerry
Springer.
Springer.
Oh,
Love
jinx.
that. The
Um,
Pokemon?
a Pokemon.
Oprah,
Oh yeah, true. Oprah, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Yep.
Dr.
Yep.
Phil's the way to go.
There's
And
a lot of them over the years.
yeah, who would win in a fight between Dr. Phil and Jerry Springer?
Oh, dude, Jerry, man. Who
Hmm.
who name a talk show that's had more people actually break out into fistfights than on the Jerry Springer show. He's probably just gonna look at Dr. Phil, size him up, and be like, I got this. Detroit Smash! Boom.
They should definitely do that battle royale. But a good talk show host, there is a combination of there's a range of talk shows that do a range of different things,
Mhm.
and my three are different. My three that
Oh,
I've picked,
so same.
yeah, very different talk shows, and might attract a very different audience. But I'm excited to talk about it anyway. Would you like to start with your number three?
I would love to start with my number three because I think this guy is wholesome. I think the concept is going to be very unique. It's going to pull in a large audience, but it's also going to be funny to all parties involved. And I'm going to go with Chrome from Dr. Stone.
Great option. Chrome. I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
and
go
I'll tell.
again.
No, no, no. Gen is a really good one, but I'll tell you why. Imagine someone from the Stone Age. Okay, and who has this fascination with the world of science. And they stay in the Stone Age. And then once a week, you bring somebody from our world into the Stone Age so that Chrome can interview them, and he shows them this, whoever the guest is, they show him this new piece of technology, and it blows his mind. And every week he tries to recreate it or find some way to make it make sense to him.
Bro,
Like, tell me that's not a good show.
I really like that. I really like that. I'd watch that for sure. And he's got actually a really good personality and energy and excitement. Um, that's a
And a
great concept
catchphrase.
for a show. Yeah, catchphrase. That's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Only he says it a little bit less enthusiastic than you did.
I think that'll be the name of the talk show. That's bad. And then
Yeah.
after he explains that, he says, "That's bad." He points to the crowd. We'll be right back. Um, really good. That's a great option, bro. Well done. Very well done. Um, all right, my number three. Something I've been watching at the moment, and a new anime that's very, very good. Very, very good. I'm not finished it yet, but the first season blew my mind. And it's called Vinland Saga.
Ooh,
You heard of it?
heard of it. It's on my list. I haven't started it myself though yet.
My ancestors are from Sweden, so my great grandfather and stuff. So the Vikings, um, you could just call me a Viking as well. But the Vikings are in our DNA in many ways, and it's based on Vikings, but it's incredible. It's so very good. And there's a guy in there called Thorkel the Tall. And I put him at my number three. He's a giant man, very loud. He's all about violence and murder, but he's very good at talking as well. He's got a great energy. People follow him. He's likable, even though he's just completely focused on violence and murder. As you know, the Vikings believe if you die while in battle with a brave warrior, you go to Valhalla where you battle and you until you die, and then you wake up, you eat, you battle, you die. You just keep doing that for eternity. But he's obsessed with battle, and I'd like to see him as a talk show host. He's giant, he's fearless, he's likable, and there could be a possible segment where he decapitates someone. But I think it'd be a good show, and it'd probably do well on YouTube, maybe not mainstream TV.
I can see it going well on YouTube. Yeah, that honestly, I'm here for this because I just imagine like this dude interviewing like Pikachu or something, and it's like, hey, so what do you like to do? Pika, Pika, Pika. Hmm. I see the warrior spirit in your eyes.
Yes, that actually sounds very much like him. Very good. My word. That's I think that's your talent. You can look at someone or hear their name, and you know how they sound. That'd be a cool talent.
That would be a pretty cool talent. Very useful in the anime industry.
All right, what's your number two?
All right, so my number two, again, none of mine are really that similar. So this one's not going to be going back to the Stone Age. This is going to be in our time. Maybe even like a fantasy era. Either one would be fine. This would be more of a cooking show. Okay, this is Chrome's was more like, oh, let me see this cool technology. No, this is a professional chef doing like I can't think of any kind of cooking show at the moment, but you know what I mean. You all can think of
The
some.
Naked Chef. The Naked Chef,
Yeah,
Gordon
that
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Let's go with that. It's going to be like that, only much more kind and civil, and that is going to be Sinchi from Delicious in Dungeon.
Great choice. And sorry, let me just correct. My wife just corrected me. It's Jamie Oliver, not Gordon Ramsay, who's the Naked Chef show.
No, we're gonna go with Gordon Ramsay. We're gonna go with Gordon Ramsay.
But I like that a lot. And what's the twist going to be on his particular cooking show?
So the twist is going to be the guest brings their own ingredients on, and they can bring whatever, and he has to find a way to make it work. And while he's cooking it, he's interviewing them while kind of explaining his technique and all of that stuff. And every once in a while, he'll come in with a guest host or something like that. And he's like, all right, you got to make the broth and I got to make the meat and, different things like that. So that's going to be a little bit of a twist. Is It's a very hands-on kind of cooking show with the unexpected element of he doesn't know what he's making every show.
Great choice. Another great out of the park hit. That was very, very good. I'd watch that. I'd save it on repeat, and I'd absolutely love it. Really good choice, brother. Um, okay, my next person, number two. Um, her name is Olivia Mira Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist
Oh my
Brotherhood.
gosh.
She's
Please
commanding.
explain.
She's intense. She's no nonsense. I think someone like her, um, she's so verbally strong and honest, that she would cut through the crap. You know what I mean? She'd make sure that the questions are strong, firm, right, and get to the heart of the matter. So it would be almost like a political journalist talk show. She'd get political people on, or actors, or people that have an interesting story and cut through it. And people are always so fake on talk shows, and I wanted someone like that who would cut through it and attack the situation.
I love that. Especially because I can see like her bringing on just guests and then talking about Fort Briggs just consistently all the time. And they're like, wait, what's that? And then the end of the co-host at the show, you know how like Oprah's like, everyone gets a new car. She's like, you get to go work at Fort Briggs.
Yes, very true. And she'd probably bring her brother on now and again just for a dancing entertainment or something. But
Oh yeah, it's the technique that's been passed down through their family for generations.
that's why I chose her. What is your number one?
Okay, my number one is this is probably the most talk show of all talk shows that I could think of. Just a very kind man. Okay, he's gonna sit you down, and this is gonna be one of those like you come on and you're gonna talk to him about what's going on in your life. And he's just gonna lift you up. He's gonna give you wisdom. He's gonna encourage you to go out there and be your best. And he's gonna encourage all those around him with a smile on his face.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay. I know who it is, but I love it already. Continue.
And that is Kagaya Ubayashiki, the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps.
I didn't know who it was at all.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
The leader of the Demon Slayer Corps. The guy with the scar on his face.
Yeah. The guy that's like blind and can't see and stuff. 100%.
I like it. He's got low energy, but I like it. Please explain some more.
So that's the thing with Ubayashiki. You can just have him sit in the chair. He doesn't really have to do much. He just kind of has to, sit there. And then people just talk to him. They tell him about what's going on. And this man, like he accepts people no matter what walk of life they are. He's like, "Oh, okay, so this is what you've been going through. Wonderful. That's fine." Just look at the Hashira. They've all been through something where they've been rejected by society for the most part, or at least by somebody. And he's like, I don't care. I just accept you for you. Like, whether or not they picked up a sword or not's irrelevant. He's just like, hey, you believe in yourself. You got this. And that's just why I like him. He's very tactical in the way that he does things. He chooses his words very, very well. And so I could see him just like cutting through and telling you what you needed to hear, whether or not you wanted to hear it or not. And then at the end of the segment, he's like, okay, cool. Well, now you have the opportunity to help me in destroying Muzan Jackson.
And he creates an army of people. So you're here because you're not sure if your child is really your child, but Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So we
But
offered you both your son and you a sword, and it seems like your son has taken it. Are you going to join him?
yes, you
So
now are part of the Demon Slayer core.
I see you're addicted to wearing animal mask on your head. We'll give you two swords.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'd watch that. I'd really, bro. We need there needs to be maybe Dr. Phil, something like that, and he gets like animated, and there's like different anime characters that come on, and they do get therapy by by Dr. Phil.
Dude, I would love to see Tomura Shigaraki just sitting there getting interviewed by Dr. Phil. Maybe
Oh
not
my
all
word.
for one, but Tomura, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Great first choice. All right, well, my first choice is someone. It's going to make it a very different show, but I'd watch it, and I think you will too. His name is Shin Asakura from Sakamoto Days. He's the person who can read minds, and I think he's got two options here. He can either not tell anyone he can read minds, and again ask questions relating to what the people are thinking, um, or tell people he can read minds, and that'll be the show. You know, he comes on. I'm not sure if it's my child or not. He reads the mother's mind. No, it's not your child. It doesn't. They don't have to waste time with the whole paternity test thing. Do you know what I mean?
Ah, that'd be kind of cool. So it's kind of like a race every time of how quick can he get to the truth. Oh, did you murder this person? Yes, he did. Okay, next.
Yeah, it'll be like a speed round. People walk out. He solves their problem by reading their mind. People are so fake, and he'll just cut through it, solve the problem, move on. I think that, or he could tell people that he reads minds, and then they'd come out, and they would try to not think of the thing, and he has to try and get them to think of the thing. He's quite good, and he's a charismatic man. Um, but all the people we mentioned today, I think I'd watch their show 100%.
Oh yeah, all of like if anyone ever does, like, first off, if we have any drawers out there, I would love to see just like a banner for like the promotional banner for the show, or just like one of their guys just sitting in a chair, like especially like Olivier Armstrong
Mm.
interviewing somebody like just totally terrified, or also someone like Senku. Like that would actually be quite humorous, just because they're so different in their approach to life. Like I would love that. So if you have that ability, you
Hmm.
are welcome to do that. But yeah, all of these shows, like Crunchyroll needs to pay us for these ideas, because these are phenomenal ideas.
I'm not gonna lie, they really are. Crunchyroll recently came out with a podcast, but you know, we had it first. Okay, I think they got the ear to the ground, and they're checking out the podcast industry, the anime industry, and I think they're NCV voice actors and stuff like that. But that's fine. You know, we are people who are kind. We share our ideas, and we know when we're cooler than someone. That's all I'm gonna
It's
say.
true. Speaking of which, you know what I remembered recently?
What?
We are coming up with our 100th episode
Oh my
soon,
goodness, that's so
and
true.
we have something super dope planned. But here's what I want y'all to do. I want you guys to ask us questions about the podcast. Like, what kind of behind the scenes stuff do you want to know? What kind of history about it do you want to know? Do you have any burning questions about us? Like, do we really watch anime?
Is Bjorvio
Do
wearing
we,
pants while he records?
or there's that one, yes. Or even, what kind of spiders do we dip in our jelly?
Yeah. No, but that's one that I might have to keep personal. But that's a good question.
Oh, I was happily going to show off my pants. I'm wearing Deadpool pants.
Very good. All right, you're on a talk show, my main man. I'm Dr. Phil, or someone like him, and you're Shigaraki. Let's go for it. So, Shigaraki, it's great to have you here. Now, we've been told numerous things about you and your life, but you've had quite a tough upbringing. Is that right?
If you've been told anything about my life, then yeah, I guess you could say I've had a rough upbringing.
Yeah. Well, now, I know there's a lot of feelings going on in your head, but what's the feeling or emotion you get right now?
Honestly, it's really not that different than any other time. I just want to decay this chair. Have you ever heard of lumbar support? I mean, my gosh, this is not comfortable at all.
It's not, but we put our patients in those chairs to make them uncomfortable because the truth can sometimes be uncomfortable. Now, what's the truth about you?
The truth about me is that I was born from the failures of not human, of hero society. And now
Mm.
I see it upon myself to take it and carry that weight and bring forth those that society has rejected. And we will be to start a new world order. Those where no one will be rejected except for those heroes. And on occasion to put the jello industry out of business. I mean, have you tried their new chocolate pudding? It's so good.
It is good. It is good. Now, you know what I'm sensing from you? I'm sensing a lot of passion, and maybe you could put your passion to a better use. Have you ever tried carpentry?
Not exactly the best skill when your hands decay everything that you touch.
Now, I understand where you're coming from, and decay is something that I appreciate that you have. But what about what about making birdhouses?
Well, that kind of seemed more like Dobby's thing to me, but um, I've never really given it much thought.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, that's what we do here. We open up the mind, make sure people are comfortable, and then make sure that they have some direction in their life. Um, now, all
If
this
you
and
wanted them comfortable, why'd you give them such bad lumbar support?
now, answer me this one question: what is your greatest weakness?
Oh, my greatest weakness? That's a really good and really thought provoking question.
Mm.
Because really, my greatest weakness was one that was instilled into me very early in life. And that I actually have two. The first one is that I'm really addicted to popcorn. Okay, it's a problem. I've gone to therapy for it. The second one is that my master, all for one, really has done so many things in my life that made it seem like I had free will, I had choices, but really it was all orchestrated by him. I couldn't lose anything if I wanted to. So I guess you could say that. But going back to the popcorn thing, have you ever tried putting popcorn with salsa and cheese on it? It's so good. And then just eating it with a fork. Ooh, and then you get these little chicken nuggies and you cut them up and put them on it too. Oh, they were so good. Korogiri used to call them shiggy nuggies.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing, which is really funny. I'm going to show you three pictures. You tell me what you see in this one. Here's a picture of a bunny. What do you see?
Decay.
Good. All right. Here's one of a butterfly.
Looks like Endeavor's stupid facial hair.
Got it. And final one. This one I'll leave to your imagination.
Why is All Might in a Speedo?
I'm gonna prescribe some medicine to help you with your hallucinogenic issues and some painkillers for your lower back. Um, but
Why don't you just get a new chair and then you don't have to prescribe me any of the back meds?
I get paid by the painkiller company. But but I'd like you to really consider that bird making box industry. I think I mean it could be Shiggy's Boxes, could be your the name of your business.
You know? Maybe Spinner would go in with me on that.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You know, He's really been at a loss since the hero killer Stain was taken out not too long ago. Maybe it'd be nice to have some friends. You know, actually, I changed my mind. Spinner's not one of those guys you want around. Maybe it'll be twice. Yeah. He's a lot cooler than Spinner. Spinner's just kind of one of those people that just consistently brings you down. Twice you never know what kind of fun you're gonna get into.
I like you. I'll be your friend.
You want to make some birdhouses together?
We'll be right back.
After a brief word from our sponsor, have you had the new Shiggy Nuggies?
Oh my goodness, that was awesome. I'd watch that 10 times over. But take us home with a voice of your choosing, brother. Take us home and make sure that we're safe and warm in a cozy blanket.
All right. 1 year later.
Hi, this is Tomura again. Only now I'm going by Tinko. So we started Tinko's Birdhouses about a year ago, and it's been a wonderful success. I've even started. What really helps is the nuggy shape of the birdhouse. Who really knew that birds love shiggy nuggies so much? Oh, I guess we call them. We don't call them shiggy nuggies anymore. We call them Tomura nuggies. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well, but it's part of the healing process. Anyway. Don't forget to send in your recommendations or questions that you have about the Anime Dudes and Anime Dads podcast behind the scenes information. Send it to their Instagram and TikTok. I don't know why I just switched over to Inosuke for a second. My bad. Anyway, please come back next week. We have another exciting episode. And to all those villains and now those heroes that help us keep the birdie safe. Go beyond. Plus Ultra.